Hello, welcome to Diaspora Connect. This is Wanda, and this is Diaspora Connect, TZ. I am just coming to you today with a quick video. Um, Something was on my mind, and I want to share it with you. It's primarily concerning because I get a lot of questions during the consultations. I get a lot of questions about how to transition here and how to relocate here and just how was I able to plan to transition here or repatriate here. So I wanted to just answer that question for anyone who's interested in knowing. Um, let's see, to be honest, I planned in my mind, but I really didn't start planning until 2020 when I left, okay? So I did buy the ticket to come to the continent in December of 2019, but excuse me, but my intention was to go to South Africa. So of course, Corona hit in February of 2020. So my flight was canceled, the country was closed, so I rerouted to Tanzania. I really didn't have a plan, to be honest. I was actually trusting the uncreated creator, the Most High Yah, to give me, to guide me as I took the steps to come. Initially, I was actually still working and I was like on vacation. So I didn't really tell anyone I was coming. They knew I was coming for a visit, but really they didn't because I had to reschedule my flight like 3 times. So no one really knew that I was repatriating, or nor did many know that I was even visiting. So I kind of moved in silence, didn't tell a whole lot of people because I didn't need people saying discouraging me or bad mouthing or putting like word curses on my plans, okay? Because sometimes you have to move in silence and not tell people some things until you actually get situated and established, because their words are powerful, and their words can jeopardize your plan or your move. So that's kind of what I did. I just moved in silence. I was actually on vacation from work, and I came. And once here, visiting, I had a return flight and everything. And, after 14 days, 2 weeks, I was like, okay, I'm staying. And so I really didn't plan ahead. I didn't have a whole lot saved. I may have had maybe 2,000 USD saved because I actually was not planning on coming back, so I wasn't gonna pay my rent, which was like 1,050. So that added to my savings made it 2,000, but I was still working at the time. So I actually just quit my job in December 2020, and I was doing a bit of a sabbatical. So I was here for 2 weeks on vacation. Then I requested a sabbatical because of Corona, and I got that for 3 months at a time. So 3 months and then another three. And it was over in December 2020. At that time, I had the option of either returning to the US or quitting. I decided that I was not returning, and so I just quit. And so at that point, I have 401k savings, and it was released to me. So I had lived off of that, and thus I'm here today. A year and 3 weeks later, I was living off of that. And then I did start doing consultations last year in August or September, which my fees are quite low. Many people have told me to raise my prices, but I still try to keep them very low because I consider the fact that there are people who need my information, they need my experience and my guidance, considering the fact that I have been here a year and 3 weeks, and I don't want to make it too expensive for my people to be able to afford to get advice or guidance or information from me in order to visit and or repatriate. So actually I started consultations last year in August or September, one of those months, and I've been doing them since then. Some people think I just started because I just created a business in May of this year. No, I didn't just start doing consultations. I've been doing them since last year. It's been a year over a year since I've been consulting people to visit and or repatriate here. I just basically started with the steps that I took, and then just how I moved here, assimilated, what areas that are ideal for us to live in, that we're most accustomed to at the beginning. Just all my experiences come from my personal walks or steps here, being in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, myself, and meeting and assimilating with Tanzanians and doing business with them. So through that consultation, branched the business that I have now called Diaspora Connect, TZ, connecting and connecting the diaspora with the local continental Africans or continental Tanzanians here in the country, bringing the two together, diaspora and continental Africans here on the continent, to live together, to work together, to grow together, and to improve the economics of the continent and to help develop the continent, and it's specifically Tanzania because I'm here. So yeah, that was my heart's desire. That was my goal, to bring the two to bring the two together, the diaspora and the continental Africans. We're the same people, we just speak different languages, and we were just ripped from the mama land and taken to different European countries to become slaves. We weren't slaves initially when we were taken, we were free, but we were made slaves by the colonizers, the slavers, our captors. So they have done a number on both the slaves as well as the free made into slaves, which was us, and also the continental Africans, by colonizing the continent here, coming in here, cutting it up, claiming certain countries that they have no right to, that they did not create. Just the uncreated creator, the Most High Yah, the Almighty Father of heaven, creator of heaven and earth, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He is the one that created the whole world. He is the one that has access to the different areas or lands. No man can claim something that he's created. So for them to, during the Berlin Conference, cut up the continent and part the land and say what is France's and English and Dutch's and just all these different countries, they had no right and no authority to do so. So therefore, things are going to go back to how they originally were before we were stolen, before the continent was cut up and parted. There are scriptures in the Bible which if you're a Bible believer in any way, I don't want to put a label on what you are. Some people call themselves Christians, but I call myself a Bible believer. I believe in the biblical scriptures. I don't call myself a Christian because I don't follow the Christianity doctrines. And so I don't call myself that, but anymore. I used to, but not anymore. So I'm a believer, a Bible believer, but the scriptures, many of the scriptures talk about, one scripture in particular, and I'm not the best at quoting particular scriptures, but if you have an app on your phone or you go online and Google, they parted my land. And that's the Most High talking about what the enemies have done. Actually, the enemies of Israel have done. They have parted the land and stolen his gold and his silver. So, in my opinion, that scripture is just talking about the continent of Africa. They have parted it during the Berlin Conference. Look how they cut it up and they claim certain areas. They have parted the Most High's land. They have no right and jurisdiction to do that. So it's coming back to its original owners. So yeah. So, but anyway, when I say original owners, meaning the people that originate from that area. So the Congolese, they have gold, they have silver, they have diamonds. The Tanzanians, they have gold, they have silver under the ground. So the people who come from that country, those are the original owners. So it will be given back to them. So in due time, you'll see it. It'll come to pass. It's actually happening now. So the other nations will have to release their hold and their claim upon the land of the uncreated creator who created it for a certain people, for a certain nation. So yeah, I wanted to. I kind of got off. Gosh, what was I talking about? Oh, my steps to coming here. So primarily it has been steps or a walk of faith, of believing in the voice of the Most High Yah, who has spoken to me and spoken to many of the true awakened Israel Bantu Hebrew people. He has spoken to them and they have awakened from their slumber, from their sleep, from out of the matrix. And so the brainwashing and mind control has been released from our minds, and we can see clearly. We can see and realize who we were created to be, who we really are truly. We are the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We are Jacob, the children of Jacob. So we are the descendants of the Israelites in the biblical scriptures. That's who we are. So whether you believe it or not, that's your business. But many of us have awakened to the truth, and not even together. We have all awakened out of a sleep that we were in, thinking we were Gentiles. We were never Gentiles. We've always been Israelites. So yeah, we've just have awakened to the truth, and now we have come back to our it's a bloodline thing. It's not just a spiritual thing. It's the bloodline. You're a Bantu, you're a Hebrew, you're the bloodline of Abraham, the descendants of Abraham. So it's not just a spiritual awakening, it's a knowing that we're the physical bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. However, just because we are the physical bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, of Jacob, we're the Bantu, Hebrew, Negroes, whatever you, African American, European American, you know, Haitians, whatever you want to call us. We're the children of Israel. We're a part of the 12 tribes. Many of the tribe of Judah is a majority of the tribe. Well, I'm not going to say majority, but many that were dispersed during the transatlantic slave trade were from the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Many of the Judanites, so the tribe of Judah is in America. So I am part of the tribe of Judah, one of the descendants. So, and they did say we could sing, and we could, you know, tear walls would come down during war. We would sing, and I actually sing. So, hey, my song, my singing is a weapon, a tool. Just like when you pray, my voice and my singing is a weapon against the powers of darkness, against the enemy. So I sing. You know, when I pray, that's part of prayer and worshiping, is when I sing. When I worship and I sing, that's doing spiritual warfare. So, yeah. But this is just my steps that I took to come back here to the motherland. It was not really planned and planned out like you would think. I didn't have thousands of dollars saved up. It just, it's like as I took a step of faith, the Most High just opened doors for me, and I'm still here till this day because of the doors that He has opened and the blessings that He has bestowed upon me. Being able to create a business, to assist our people to come. That's my heart's desire. So most of my energy and effort is going into building the business and creating a place for us. I don't have any other job right now, but I am looking for little odds and end jobs. I really don't want to have a physical, I really don't want to sign up for I would say. I really don't want to apply for a job that Mzungu runs or owns, because I don't want to be a slave to their system or their company or their business. My skills and my abilities need to be focused on our people and on, you know, the plans and the direction that the uncreated creator has us walking in as his children and his chosen and his remnant. So my energy and efforts will go into continuing to build this business and to help our people. Yes, of course, I do need the funds, and the financial support is appreciated, but at the same time, I do trust him. You know, if he could feed the birds of the air and provide shelter for them, he can do the same for his children. So we have to trust him in every decision that we make and in everything we do, whether it's relationships and repatriation and moving and traveling and leaving the country and following his lead and his voice. We have to walk by faith and not by sight. We have to take that first step also. We can't just sit there and say, if you want me to get this job or marry this person, then you just bring everything to me. If you want me to leave, then you just come get me and move me. Sometimes we have to take a step first, make that effort to take a step forward, and he will meet us there halfway. We can't just sit and wait on him to do everything for us. So that's a part of faith and believing and trusting in what he has spoken to you to do, or advised you or taught to you, revealed to you the direction and the path that you have to go. You have to take that first step. So the first step will be for you possibly getting a passport, researching the countries that you would like to visit or repatriate to, reaching out and connecting with the people that are actually in that country, boots on the ground, living there. I would say at least 6 months to at least 3 to 6 months that they've been here, because a lot of times when people first come and they're here and they haven't even been here 30 days and 90 days, they haven't even had to leave the country yet. Sometimes when they're advising you, you must be careful with advice from people who haven't been here at least 30 days yet, because some of the systems they have not experienced yet. So they're providing, I know they're giving you advice based on what they have experienced, but just be mindful of they haven't been here long to accurately experience a lot of the hiccups and the experiences that some of us who've been here a little bit longer have experienced, and we could advise you according to the experience and the levels. Like for me, I've left the country like 3 or 4 times, so about 3 times so far. So someone who has actually left the country, who have actually received extensions to extend their visas, things like that, or have gotten work permits and residencies and visas outside of the tourist visa, will be more accurate person to reach out to give you advice. So be careful with receiving advice from people who just arrived and who haven't been here at least 30 days yet. Don't discount what they say, but just keep that in mind, the fact that they haven't been here very long. Yeah, but that's just some some information that I wanted to share based on some questions I've received about how to plan to come. At this point, with what's going on in the Western countries, you may not be able to plan a whole lot ahead. I would say just make sure that you have some source of income and try to save as much as you can, but make sure you have streams of income, whether you create a business online or online jobs, or if you're working a job saving money, or any form of income, Social Security, disability, whatever. Just make sure you have something that you can live off of and you can sustain yourself until you figure out how to start a business, create a business, partner with a Tanzanian, or whatever the plans that you you want to have going here in any African country. These are tips that you can use. And so yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to do this quick video and just explain to you the plans that I had, which was basically walking by faith and not by sight. I have some plans in place, but a lot of them fell through because my plans were to be in South Africa, and I had some plans there, but things changed and I ended up being in Tanzania. So sometimes things will change, but you still have to trust the Most High, uncreated Creator, and He will lead and guide you in your quest to repatriate here. Okay, so that's all for now. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will tune in again, do another video soon. Bye-bye.